All right, so see, here's the problem, all right? Mark Zuckerberg did, in fact, go 100% out of his way to report child sexual abuse images on Instagram. The fact that he's being targeted as a malcontent via child sex trafficking, pedophilic acts, etc., anything dealing with that in general, I don't feel he should be liable, because he said it himself. He's done more than what the rest of the industry of social media has done. Absolutely 100% more. I think he said 27 million users were reported for clicking to see the potential child pornography that was sent to begin with. And I just feel like Senator Cruz is using this case as a political statement, or just adding it to his own political rhetoric based off of, okay, we got somebody actively fighting, let's put him through the test of figuring out what is and what isn't. But at the same time, this has been an issue since 1992, where politicians have, like, this is the most I've ever seen anybody talk about child pornography ever. And why they're targeting Mark Zuckerberg, it doesn't make any sense to me. And it just seems like because the United States government and the rest of the world governments aren't doing enough on the dark web to track and fight there, they're using Mark Zuckerberg as a very public individual to make an example out of him. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's legitimate for the United States Senate to essentially hound Mark Zuckerberg, an individual who is 100% doing more than anybody else in the social media industry, and saying that he's at fault. I don't agree with that. Another thing I don't agree with is him and his company Meta being liable for what an individual under the age of 18 does on the internet. Last time I checked, that had everything to do with the minor's parents. I think last night when I was at work, I made the statement of, I was 12 and I had MySpace. I was 12 and was on MySpace. I had a MySpace account. Who's that fall on? My mom? Okay. To add to that statement, I was in foster care. Mom was held responsible for being a negligent parent. Not just for being on MySpace, but being a negligent parent. I'm sorry. Hand in hand, that's the same thing. I don't understand how Facebook's being held accountable for things that took place on their site when they have measures to monitor it and prevent it. The tech giant Mark Zuckerberg can only do so much anyway. He spent I think $2 billion on the AI program itself that would monitor sexually explicit images, audio, and video. That's why you would get that warning screen. It's not like an active person is watching hundreds of millions of people. I don't even know how many users there are across Meta. I don't. But I don't feel that Mark Zuckerberg is in the wrong. Where are these children's parents at? And why is Mark Zuckerberg, an individual who has done more than everybody else in the social media industry to prevent such things from happening? I find it baffling. I don't agree with the United States Senate to essentially go out of their way and attack Mark Zuckerberg when he's leading a revolution in protecting children in America. That's all I got.